Hey everyone, Casualties of Gaming here, coming at you with a mod video for the Anbernic 35XX SP. Basically, we are going to be taking a Game Boy Advanced SP that looks something like this and turning it into something like this. Yes, I decided to film this intro after I'd already done the mod because I'm stupid. So yeah. That's basically what we're doing. We're going with we're taking the Anbernic from a DMG Game Boy to the Super Nintendo style. So if you're interested in kind of that process, I mean, it's not super difficult. I literally just taking the buttons out and changing the colors and putting a couple skins on it. But if you're interested in seeing what that is about, keep watching. I bought these from an Etsy store. The name of it is escaping me at the moment. I will link that in the video description should anyone else be interested in this. I'm far from the only YouTuber to do something like this, but I thought I'd do it. It seems like fun. It gives me a big break from the news as far as reporting on different devices and stuff, which we will get back into in the coming days, but I thought I'd do something a little more fun. So we're going to start by opening this up. I guess we'll just get into opening up my iFixit kit here. So we're going to need Phillips and then this weird hex bit. And why did I turn that? Alright, so we're going to need a Phillips and a hex bit. We will start, or at least I think we need a Phillips. I don't know if, I'm assuming this battery needs to come out. I'm not really sure. I know it does on the SP. I just did... Just did a modding video on the Game Boy Advanced SP, which I'm having a little bit of trouble editing. Okay. Pull that out. I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. I have not actually watched like any videos on this at all, so I don't really know what I'm getting into. Oh shit. Before I forget, okay, lift this guy out. Oh, that's like nothing like the actual Game Boy Advanced SP. Okay. I wonder why they put this in there. Doesn't seem like it would really do anything unless it's literally just... Oh, it's probably to separate... Oh, yeah, okay. It's probably to separate the battery from the... from these guys. That's right. I think I read something about that. I got mine a little later than some people did, so, take that out. Take that out. Oh, okay. We got 3 Phillips heads, so... Okay, so I definitely don't recommend letting it sit on there like that with the ribbon cable the way it is. Okay, so take these out. Where did our little bag of buttons go? They're pretty. Now, the light purple goes on top, so let me flip it over. I do believe that goes there. This goes here. I'm going to see if I screw this up. Yep, there goes my screwdriver. Yeah, no, that's not what we're going for at all. You know what? I probably got people watching this that are going to start screaming in the comments because I did that. Okay, so the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to connect the battery while the shell is off, because I'm not sure if something is shorting. Every time I put the shell in, it doesn't want to turn back on. So I'm not sure if I can't get the battery seated correctly or what, but before we put the screws in again, Okay, so the question is, okay, well, that's odd. I don't know what was going on. We're gonna see. The green light on the side is staying on. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get better at shooting this somewhat square. I have a habit of not looking at the screen, making sure everything's centered. But everything seems to be staying on. Oh, I did notice when taking this apart and putting it back together that when you... So if you look on the sides here, you'll notice that the shell actually separates right where the SD card is. So you don't actually need to take your SD card out before you take this apart. It is a practice that I would advise anyone to get in the habit of, however, because when you take devices apart like your Steam Deck, the Steam Deck is like the big one I can think of off the top of my head. I can't remember... I had to take my Miu Mini apart because I spilled coffee on it. So I had to take it apart and clean it. I don't remember off the top of my head if I had to take the SD card out of that or not. I don't use the Miu Mini much. I'm thinking about giving it away, actually, but it's neither here nor there. Okay, well, she is working, so... So that is done. X and Y, X and Y. So they gave us 2 stickers. Maybe like as a... I don't know, a trial and error thing. I'm not really sure, but should just be able to separate these. Oh. This guy didn't come out. I'm assuming it's for idiots like me that have a habit of like not lining this stuff up all that well. Oh. Let me do that. Actually, I did that pretty well. I'm usually terrible with getting stickers on there like that. Okay, so how do we want to place this? I suppose we should probably do it like that. This one I'm a little concerned about as well. But we shall see what happens. I probably should have cleaned the top off. Not too bad. Probably could have been a little more centered, but you can't see that on camera, I don't think. So not bad at all. The edges, So I could totally see the edges getting nicked. I have a carrying case for this that I might have to start actually using. I usually don't. But I can totally see the edges of the sticker getting nicked and getting pulled up, which would suck. Usually I'm the type of person to just throw this thing in my pocket, and this is kind of become my daily driver, as far as taking it to work and playing ROMs and stuff on ROM hacks and stuff on break. I may have to rethink that, though. I may have to go back to the Miu Mini Plus. Who knows? Personally, I like this kit. I think it's really cool. I actually don't have the nostalgia for the Super Nintendo that some people do. But I got the DMG style one, and actually I just got this bad boy not too long ago, which I'm going to be doing a screen mod on. It does turn on, but it's got like other issues and whatnot. But I need to get into that right now. But I would look for a screen mod for this thing in a future video that I may actually shoot tonight. But anyway, that has been your, I don't know, making an Anbernic SP35XX look like a Super Nintendo. I'm definitely not the first person to do this. I'm sure I won't be the last, but I thought I'd kind of take you on a little stroll. I wanted to make it look like a Super Nintendo because if you remember this guy, I got in the Super Nintendo style, and I have not been overly thrilled with this thing. I know I pick on this thing a lot, but, you know, the hinge broke. I really, really wanted to like this thing, but it does not want me to, apparently. Even the hinge aside, I've noticed the more I played on this thing, like the... it would miss button inputs. It's just annoying. I wish Miu would have done better, but it is what it is. Maybe the version 2 will be better. I probably won't be buying it, though. Maybe way down the way when they're, like, go on sale for, like, 40 or 50 bucks or something, and people rave about the version 2. Maybe then, but definitely not right now. Anyway, that has been the Anbernic 35XXSP modding video to make it look like a Super Nintendo. If this does well, I'm thinking about doing one for the Miu Mini Plus, too. The store I got this from, again, I don't remember the name. I will flash it on the screen as I'm talking here. But I'm going to link that in the video in case y'all are curious and want to buy one of these kits for yourself. I know they have different ones. They have a Super Famicom one, which I was thinking about getting. But yeah, upcoming content, the Game Boy DMG screen mod. I'm going to be doing a pretty hefty mod video for a Game Boy Advanced I have. And I have a multi-cart thing on the way. So, like, I'm planning on doing that. And yeah, hopefully I will, there will be more content coming. And I guess I will talk to you guys later.